Hello and welcome. I have no idea why the stream just stopped when I went into break mode. There's no reason. No reason at all. So, welcome back. I have no idea what's going on. Well, we are back. I had to restart the stream. So, we are almost there again. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, there we are. Good. I was just talking about that. This might right now. This has kind of the look as the old, not the old, pretty new version of X-Force. There are comics without Deadpool and stuff. Where this is pretty close to the style actually. But Mo, welcome. Hello, welcome to the stream. I just had some issues. I had to restart the stream because for some reason it stopped. I have no idea why. I went into break mode and suddenly I come back. I want to get back in and everything greets me in YouTube as if I just stopped the stream. I don't know why, but now we're back. Hello Diana, yes I moved for whatever reason. I have no idea why it decided to stop the stream. I did not press anything. The stream software on my PC also was still under the impression that I am streaming, but for some reason YouTube decided to stop the stream. Perhaps my break screen is too cool for YouTube, I have no idea. No idea. So, I'm pretty close to the camera still, I think. I don't want to scare anyone. But how will I continue? Yes, as I said, this style is kinda reminding me right now of the X-Force Deadpool new comics. With those eyes and everything, but we will start now to shade. I'm not sure how this will end up yet. I kind of feel a little bit adventurous in that regard, a little bit going for a comic style, but I probably will just switch back to my regular style somewhere in between. But welcome to the Streamo, how are you? Have you been celebrating Easter? Did you search for eggs? I will directly take this also to the other eye. My darkest pencil, so that we have really black there in the eye. Sukaina, hello and welcome. Kind of fitting. Surprise Deadpool. Surprise Deadpool? What do you mean? So I kinda always wanted to learn to draw comic book characters. Freehand, you know, with all the anatomy and stuff. That's probably why I'm using what I can do to draw nothing else but superheroes. So I'm looking at my reference picture to see how dark we want to go. These are blue eyes, or gray even. I think blue eyes. So we don't want to go too dark. And back to, no, we will stay with that pencil for now. So let's see. Mo, can you hear me? Are you there? How was your Easter? Did you celebrate somehow? Did somebody hide some eggs for you? Or did you have to hide eggs? Then tell me how your Easter was. Or don't. It is a personal question, isn't it? So I hope you had a great Easter. And here I think it was, the weather was a bit difficult for some families when they wanted to hide eggs. I think the Easter days themselves were pretty okay, but the last 2 days or something, really cold over here. With so much snow, we had a snowstorm almost today. It was really bad weather in that regard. Hat and pick, yeah. And sometimes I kinda see it delayed, so it takes a little bit to remove my head from the picture. So it was, yeah, Christmas weather. You're completely right. Hello, Hurley. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. How are you today? That's a good question, Liana. I did not. You are a lifesaver. Although probably I already missed again so much that I will have to take the YouTube recording again. But we will see. I will, for good measures, just take this. Record this and see if it is enough. How are you today, Hurley? That's good to hear. I hope you had a great Easter. I'm a bit Easter-centric today, I'm sorry. But it is kind of a religious thing, right? If you're not really religious, you probably don't do anything special on Easter. So we are today drawing the Winter Soldier. We have already drawn last week the Falcon, and today we are the Winter Soldier. Kind of a theme for, you guessed it, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series that is out now, or is released weekly again. I have to say, it definitely does not have the same pull as the WandaVision series has. So with WandaVision, I was really looking forward to Fridays and to see how it continues. And with the series, I probably can wait a couple of weeks so that I have 2-3 episodes that I then can watch. So for this series, the weekly release is not really beneficial. You know, that all the discussions if it is a good thing and if it even enhances the experience in case of WandaVision. I think that same effect does not hold true for the Winter Soldier. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Well, for other people, perhaps it is an individual thing. I would probably, in this case, prefer to have the whole series now available to just watch it, binge watch it, and then we're done. Does not capture my fascination in the same way as WandaVision did. Might be different again with Loki. I have not even watched the trailer yet, so I don't know exactly what will be going on with Loki. And if it might develop the same fascination as WandaVision did. But I think we will have this picture with much more white than the recent ones, where I went very detailed with the shading. With the skin tones. In earlier pictures, I have left a lot of the face white and just a couple of shadings to indicate things. This might go back to that actually. We will see. Loki is so much more interesting than these two dudes though. By default, I would say. And these two are not even only dudes. The Winter Soldier is also very brooding, suffering. You know, that typical person that is kind of annoying. Where you just wish that they at some point would just accept that they were brainwashed and manipulated, and there is no way that they are responsible for anything that they have done ever while this was happening. And it's kind of an angel deal, you know. Where I also always was very Stro Design. Welcome to the stream. Hello, thank you very much. Art Hub Academy. Hi, how are you? I am okay. I am good. We had very bad weather today. Very cold. And I'm kind of missing some medication, which should be delivered any day now. So I don't know how I feel about that. But other than that, I'm peachy. How are you? Hey Strolled, I'm happy you made it. Is this the perfect stream for that? I don't know, but it is a stream. we can come to that conclusion. I'm not really sure still in which direction I want to push this picture. I'm kinda just making it up as I'm going. It is not like I have defined to make this a hyper realistic one. I'm kind of feeling the comic book vibes, so I'm kind of still not sure if I will stay in a certain amount of details, if I will draw this a little how do you call that? So a couple of layers, not that smooth, a bit different. I'm not sure yet. And this already annoys me for some reason, so Gamercraft Gamer, welcome to the stream. Hey, how are you? Very diverse stream, artists, bakers and gamers. Yeah. We are diversifying in that regard. So, yeah, as I said, I have no idea where I'm going with this yet. And I already hate it, so that might be a good sign. Normally, I early on hate those that I somewhat can still salvage in the end. We will see. He looks very old in the picture, I have to also say. It is from the current series, I think. From the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And he is kind of old. I think they have stated already 3 times in the series that he's over 100 years old or something. Or 100 years old, something like that. And already he looks like, I don't know. Not good. If you don't mind my asking, I hope it isn't anything serious. What do you mean? I have an ongoing condition. If I already complained about my health, I have an ongoing condition still. That is a long time thing, so it is just there. We're trying to conquer that, and I hope that we are on a good way now. It should already been much more gone than it is. It is kind of frustrating, but I guess it's okay. I don't feel like this is working though, the portrait. Oh, we see. He looks very extra brooding, I would say. So how do we save that? No worries, Artab. I'm talking about it quite openly. Kira, hey, welcome to the stream. Sad old man. Do you mean me or him here? No, he is looking very sad and very old, so I think I know who of us I mean. Now, I'm very open with that, Artab. I always look so joyful, do I? That's good. I don't know if you've seen the channel trailer. I am actually talking a little bit about it in the channel trailer. But I just don't want to always, you know, repeat the whole story in the stream. Although it's not like I would stop another conversation for that, but you know, it's let me quickly show a little bit of the mouth. It is really annoying. My picture is annoying me right now very much. New peeps in the chat, yeah. So yeah, I did. That is why I actually did not stream the end of last week. I made a little bit of a break. I think actually the first real break since I started the channel. Although it's also a question if you call it real break. I did just not stream or post a video for less than a week, so not really a break. But I did a couple of days where I did not really think of the channel or content at all, you know, and that worked out pretty well, although I might have gone with a little longer even of a break. I don't want to sound too down, so let's change the subject. You love my laughter? Oh, thank you very much. I'll try to continue to laugh then. Yeah, I tried to make this quite a positive space. I'm not exactly a, you know, I'm not a hyperactive, super annoyingly joyful person. I don't want to copy Bob Ross, but I see myself more in that calm way that he is. Not that I would compare myself to the legend Bob Ross, but I'm more of a calm presence, I would say. If you say I'm also joyful, I take that. It's nothing bad, and I hope that I can kind of project that joy also, but I don't want to become this sour, this old bitter person. So I try to not stream when I'm too down in that regard, and because I want to bring joy. Don't we all want to bring joy with our channels, or we wouldn't do it. The guy I'm drawing. Yes, exactly. You, of course, can't know that, Kira. You are watching way too few Marvel movies. But also, the Winter Soldier is not really one of the big superheroes. It's not like a Superman or a Wonder Woman. Not one of those that you also ought to know if you are not into superheroes or superhero movies or something. This is not a pop culture name that you have to know. It is kind of right now this is a normal mechanical pencil, and this is the Mars Lumograph Black that I'm using in between. I've only taken the darkest black one only in the eyes here yet. So the Winter Soldier is kind of this, you know, a bit of a tortured character that was in the beginning an enemy, but he was brainwashed kind of, and now he tries to redeem himself and stuff like that, you know, kind of a basic formula in that regard. You have seen the Captain America movie? If you have seen, it is in the second one. He appears for the first time in the second Captain America one, but he has long hair, or kinda longish hair, and most of the time he wears a mask because it's a big revelation who he is. Pig looks like the Joker right now, though. You think? That I actually don't see. He's in the first one too, that's true. But the Winter Soldier as it is, has the first appearance in that movie. So, how do I continue? Where do I continue? With which pencil do I continue? I stay with the light pencil and will just darken afterwards. I already hate it less than I did not too long ago. Doesn't mean I like it or that we are in the clear, but it gets a little bit bitter already. So this is actually, it is interesting when I'm drawing on the white paper. I almost don't use this. I already go directly in with the Mars Lumograph, with the much darker 8B strength. And when I want to go darker like I am doing right now, I go directly to the Pied Noir, the really dark Blackstone pencil. But with the white paper, it is really... Is it that surprising though, or isn't that normal? So here I'm drawing most of the time with a mechanical one, and I go to the Mars Lumograph, and barely, for very dark highlights, very dark accents, I go in with the Pied Noir. Of course I have to work with a completely different... I have a lot more ground to cover from white to black in that regard. So it's probably not surprising. Just something interesting that I was thinking about right now. How I don't use this at all on the... or almost not. I have started to use it a bit more. The shadow on the lip, you mean the that one? Yeah, might be. It can. I wasn't sure how to draw that really. I'll leave it like this right now, but it will be modified later. So let's see. I hope we won't have any technical difficulties anymore. This is practically the second stream already today, because for some reason the software or YouTube it was more like YouTube decided to just stop the stream. My software actually was still under the impression that it would be streaming. I don't know what was going on, but it was a YouTube thing. I feel like the lips might be a bit high. It looks a little bit squished. Not sure I want to change that though, because I'm not 100% sure. Hey Mohit, welcome to the channel, to the stream. Not to the channel, you are familiar to the channel by now. How are you today? So we are drawing the Winter Soldier. I'm not really happy with it yet. I don't hate it anymore as I did in the beginning. We're already an hour in by now. But I'm also not very happy. Well, I'm so-so. Some issues with my medication today. Don't worry about it. But there is a stream, and that always makes my mood better. It is interesting. I saw older pictures that I drew from family members earlier this week. Again, it's not like I've forgotten them, but I can't really describe it. It's some kind of interesting to see old pictures, and those actually they are pretty good. Some of my best, and I don't speak like that a lot about my own work, but they are pretty good portraits, and I really like to see them, and they remind me of some things where I have gotten better. And I'm not standing still. I got better, but I still like those pictures. And I was really just using... It was less sophisticated in terms also of material, and I think just one pencil and so on. But it was very interesting to see. Hey, Dana, welcome to the stream. Hey. Sumit, welcome to the stream. Ramley, hey, welcome. A lot of people are dropping by. So you see, that already lightens the mood a lot. Yeah, I really enjoy that. Sometimes it was one of the first time that I really went in front of the pictures and really analyzed them again a little bit. They reminded me of how much detail I was, for some reason. I think because I had much harder pencils, I think it is so much easier to draw details with a harder pencil for some reason. I don't know. Something probably that I have to improve on my game with less hard pencils. I'm kind of squishing things with this one also. Squishing some details, and that is not really good. But I really enjoyed looking at those old pictures. Dana, how are you? Have you experimented more with portraits? I have to say to all of you, sorry, to Art Hub, Ramley, I have not watched any YouTube videos lately. Any at all. So I have actually pushed out mine because I don't want to get behind, but I really am not. I did not manage it all to watch YouTube videos. It's kind of a mood thing. I'm very sorry, and it will change. It's not that I have forgotten you guys or that I don't like your content anymore. It's just I don't manage right now, so I'm sorry. Just so you know. I have watched a couple last week, but it's a bit difficult at the moment, and I hope you forgive me. But we are getting a little bit better here. This is much... He also doesn't look that old anymore. He looks much sadder than in the original. But I'm not sure I want to remove that because it somehow also suits him very well. You know, he is kind of a sad sack. Perhaps I'm transmitting a little bit into him. I don't know. Find light sketching easy, it's the dark I struggle with. Yeah, it is really... That is the fun thing where I always say it's kind of... when you're using white on gray, that it's kind of a cheat code. I also think drawing light is quite easy for some reason. And darkness is I agree with you. Sumit, who is your favorite character in the MCU as a villain? Oh, that's a good question. As a villain, I think there are a couple for different reasons, so it might become a list. But who is my... You could go with Loki, but that's kind of the obvious choice that everybody's going with, right? So I might have to think about that. let us make a little bit of a discussion out of it, because I really struggle right now to go. I would not go with somebody like Thanos. I was a bit annoyed about Thanos. And then you have also the fact that the villains in the Marvel universe are not always just villains. They can also become heroes, like Loki, for example, or what's his name? Guardians of the Galaxy, the blue one. Terrible. My memory is not the best right now. So I really enjoyed. Oh, but perhaps I would go with the Grandmaster, I think, just because I really love how Jeff Goldblum is playing him. He's so crazy and at the same time lovable and a complete monster. So I think overall I would just say the Grandmaster right now, because I feel that doesn't feel wrong. What, you haven't watched my video sketch? I'm sorry, Mo. I will be back. I promise. Definitely. I probably will manage this week also to watch a couple of. I then normally watch more than one video and kind of get back into the flow, you know. If you have not Mo, I hope you excuse me for using the flow. I hope you don't have a what's it called? Monopoly on that. The Mandarin. The Mandarin was a bit strange, wasn't he? He's not exactly. So the thing about the Mandarin is that the Mandarin is in the comics, it is one of the biggest enemies that Iron Man has. He's quite iconic. He is actually not that well known outside of real comic book nerds, I would say. I have not read a lot of comics with the Mandarin as the villain. I know of him. I have not read a lot about him, but he is a big one, and they used him in a way that was a bit very different, and they subverted expectations again. So in that regard, it is good. And now when I watch the movie, I can really appreciate what they are doing, and think it's kind of cool. When I watched the movie for the first time, it really annoyed the heck out of me that they took a big one and made such a comic relief character out of him. So even I missed most of your lives. Yondu, exactly. Yondu is the name. Thank you very much, Liana. Yondu, yes, exactly. So Yondu is also a classic redemption story. And he is a great character. And he is portrayed extremely well. I should draw him in blue and red. I think that the rim, is it red? I don't know. I could try a color portrait again. I have no idea why I have I still like my Vision, the color one, you know, the watercolor. I think it is one of my best, and it looks pretty cool, and I very seldomly say something like that. I think I'm a bit afraid of trying to repeat it and fail completely and utterly fail doing so. But Yondu would be one of those where it would make sense to go with the color, right? And it is a color I can see with my partial color blindness. So thank you very much for dropping by anyway, Artab. Thank you so much that you made it finally. And I hope I'll see you soon in your or my comment section, or even in the live stream. Thank you very much. Good night. I will. Of course I will. Don't you worry. And Liana is a real life friend. She is also taking good care of me. Don't you worry. Yondu's fin is the new one is very red, I think. So the one, or the old new one, you know, the one he has in the end, I think that one is really red. I think so. So before I started with this area, I thought it was not that bad. Now I hate it again. I should have stayed with the comic look in the very beginning and just stopped the stream right there. Thank you very much, Artab. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, and have a good night. You think the old one is redder? I would have to compare them. Because right now in my mind, the second one is just pure red. You know, like this. But that might just be in my mind. But you're right, I don't remember it glowing. I probably have to watch the movies again. What can you do? This is very smooth. I like the hard pencil for that. I would be so happy if it would have worked. You know, I bought those more than one. I have 3 mechanical pencils, a red one also, and I bought them with different strength of the softness of the lead in there. And this is the hardest one, but there is almost no difference between those. I have, I think, 6B or something is the black one, but it is not really darker or anything. So I would have loved if they were really black and I could just use the mechanical pencil. I have to look for other lead thingies. How do you call them? Mines? Do you call them mines? I don't think you call them mines. Do you call them mines? The German word would be Mine, so I'm just stuck to mines right now, but I'm also imagining coal mines and gold mines and stuff, and that is definitely not the right mine. Kind of depends on the pick, I guess. Oh no, what torture, yeah. Watching those movies again. But the thing is, you know that it is really not that long ago that I have seen those. Still, I already don't really remember that well anymore. Terrible, terrible memory. Terrible memory. I found a really cool one with a bigger fin and it looks very red, but it would break one of your personal rules. I just stick it in your Discord. One of my personal rules, does it have teeth? Does the fin have teeth? Or is it very hairy? You're still here, Artop. I take your view time. I still need a lot of hours until I am monetized. If I manage to do that, because it looks like the concept of the art videos is not really built for view time. But I take the time. But I think you should go to bed. I really enjoy having you here, and I'm glad that you finally could make it a little longer. But I think you should go to bed and have very sweet dreams, you know. Oh, that's a good tip. Artop, you see? The Anna just uses my voice to go to sleep. And there we are with that calming presence. I take that as a compliment, by the way. If anybody uses my content to wind down, to relax, to perhaps even fall asleep, I take it as a compliment. Just so you know. So, at some level I will have to draw the hair, right? Because you just... I scolded you? No. I scolded you? I did not. I said you should go to sleep. I did not scold you. I said you have to take care of yourself, and you probably have a busy day tomorrow. I don't even know how scolding works, you know. And I want you to have a successful day tomorrow. For that you have to sleep. I myself also often use the... I put a timer on my phone. I watch something and then that helps me sleep. You know, so that the phone does not run the whole night. But I also use my phone almost every night to fall asleep. I'm an attention seeker. That is something that I have a channel on YouTube. I'm showing myself on the internet, I'm drawing, but I'm not an attention seeker. I cannot say that I am. Actually, the attention part is more of a negative for myself, honestly. So you might think that everybody with a channel is kind of an attention seeker. I cannot say I am. So on a completely different topic, I think you might have to move that mouth a little, sorry. Yes, I told you, I think it is too high, right? I'm not sure I can move it anymore. Probably would help if I would. It is already very dark now. Not sure if I can save it. Somehow I've lost the I've drawn some lines to understand the ear better, and with this little earpiece in there and stuff, but I kind of lost that information a little bit. Sound better, I think. Down and to the right of the picture. Maybe just take the upper lip a bit thinner. Yeah. Yeah, Artab, don't you worry. All good. So. I will go back to the mouth in a second, in a minute. Not a second. I have to get the ear first to some kind of level before I can move back to the mouth. This is also somehow I'm a bit. Something is also wrong with the ear. Ears are not that important though. Kinda just want the ear to somehow, a little bit work. Doesn't have to be perfect. Leave the ear for a while. Dana, thank you very much for dropping by at all. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. You have an evening still, right? So have a great evening and see you soon, I hope. I'm a little tired these days because my grandmother's sick and keeps waking me at night. So I start teasing people like that. My grandmother doesn't even recognize me. I'm sorry that she is ill, so I hope she will get better soon. I hope it's not serious, or too serious. These days you don't know it all, right? Very old, okay. So then it's kinda expected, doesn't make it great, but it gives it a certain amount of normalcy. I don't know. Probably something I cannot win, so I should not elaborate on that. Sorry. So '90, yeah, that is pretty old. That's true. I don't remember any person in my family that has reached that age. Is it normal for your family to get old? I don't know how to say it differently. Ray and hey. Didn't you already drop by earlier? Hey Rain, always a pleasure having you here. How are you? If I did not say hi yet. We're having a quiet stream today. Very mellow. My grandfather was 90 when he died. So there are a lot of older people in your family. Well, getting to an old age is not everything, is it, right? So was your grandfather a healthy guy, all in all? You know, could he enjoy the old age just as your grandmother? Do they enjoy reaching that age? And I don't know, I guess they have seen a lot of their grandchildren and great grandchildren, right? So that is pretty amazing, I think. I'm better now than I'm streaming. Let's leave it like that. We are having fun and a quiet stream. He enjoyed it because he could walk, shop by himself. Perfect. Even cycle. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. You don't always get that, so that is kind of winning life, right? So that is amazing. So I think I would say I would prefer to die early if I do not manage to be healthy in old age. To a certain degree, you always have something. At some point, you always have something. Well, a part of your grandfather, Artup. But in general, there's always something. That is fine, but yeah, I think you know what I mean. Grandmother, she's almost locked in the house. We said to, see her like that. Yeah, I believe that. But it's great that you are there for her. And yeah, what else can you do, right? It is not terrible, but it is also not good. So I'm talking now about my picture. It is I think there is stuff that you can still safe to a certain degree. If we tinker around with it a little bit, it might get better. For example, the eyes are too light. They are not nearly as white in the picture. That might already help a little bit with. Now he looks like he is ill. Like he has some kind of liver disease or something. But it is closer to the... It is terrible. Sometimes, you see, sometimes you have to lie and do things differently because it just looks wrong. But if we get this a little bit darker, get a little bit counterpoint in terms of darkness around here, it might work again. Well, Arta, my dad died with 44 and my mother with 59. So, and my uncle was somewhere in the middle of the 60s. So my family just doesn't get old. It's just like that. I don't even remember my grandparents, most of them. They died when I was pretty young, so my family is not very, doesn't get very old, so I don't expect to get that old. His mouth needs to be wider. Yeah, very, that can very well be. So we're also not done yet, but I appreciate every... So backseat drawing is completely okay in my streams. Just so you don't get a wrong impression. So it is completely fine. And I am very happy if you tell me something. I have to say, I never really enjoyed just getting... just hearing praise. I always like it mixed in also with a certain amount of helpful advice to get better. So I don't expect that every viewer, and I don't think it would be fun if every viewer would comment, that's a great picture, but you could have done this differently or stuff like that. But you guys don't hold back. I am doing this to learn after all. And I can learn stuff from all of you guys. There's still so much I have to learn. Grandfather's father died at 40, 50. You never know, right? You never know. Made wider toward the far edge of his face, though. You mean in that direction? Yeah. Not sure if I have done that. I'm also not sure if I will be able to fix that now. Kind of struggling with this one. He lived to be 90, though he was weakest among siblings. You see, you never know. Doesn't work like that, and you look younger than you are. You don't know how old I am. I'm 20. No, I'm not. I'm decidedly not. But you're not wrong. I normally am. People normally think I am younger than I am, so you never know. But as I said, I want to be healthy, old. I want to still do stuff. Because honestly, right now I'm not doing that much stuff because of the illness. I want to still live, you know? So I can't do that really now. I want to do that later or soon. Don't let me even say later. I want to do that soon as possible. Liana knows how old I am. That is true. Thank you very much, Rayan. Life should be fun, not necessarily very long. I think life should be fun. Yes. You should have the feeling that you've done something with your life, if it is just for others. It's a Wednesday, but that's when the electrical age starts already. So I think he doesn't look as old anymore as he did in the beginning, and he also doesn't look as sad anymore. So I take that as a win. He's still not really there, but I have hopes for him at this point. Although we unfortunately have beard, I have ignored it up until yet, but we kinda need that stubble. It doesn't work without that stubble, and I feel like now is a good time, as good a time as any to introduce that stubble. It might help a lot. I want to travel a lot when you know, I mean, there is no one I have to look after. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Well, we have dogs now, and at least one of them is still quite young. But I think I will not wait, so I won't do extremely, so it's not, a dog is not the same as taking care of a person, so I know what you mean, but I also have to think of the dogs, and I won't plan any big week-long vacation, but we will try to somehow find some ways to make at least a couple of smaller trips still possible. Although I will miss my dogs far too much anyway. Yeah, I completely get that, Artab. I completely understand that. It is something that... It is hard. It is something that you kind of have to do and also want to do. And you probably feel bad just thinking about the time when that part of your life is over. But I don't think it is about those thoughts and feeling bad with thoughts like that, because it's the acts you do. It's not the thoughts surrounding that. So you are there for her, and I think that trumps just everything anyway. But you still should go to bed yourself now. It is late. I enjoy having you here, but I don't want to be responsible for you falling asleep tomorrow. So this will take anyway a long time. You won't miss anything. I'm sorry. I did not drink enough today. So I probably will go for the hair now. Take a break on the beard. Because the stream is approaching 2 hours, and I normally stream for 2 hours, so no worries. I'm glad you feel better, Artab. Have a great night. See you soon. Oh, I will have to, if this continues, if my throat continues like this, I will stop the stream anyway because of that. The issue with this hair is it is very short. And this shortness of hair is quite difficult to draw. You have to take care because you promised me. Ah well, don't you worry. Good night. So this very short hair is very difficult. Longer flowing hair you can make look pretty good just by drawing lines and leaving a little bit in between and layering the shorter hair. I'm not very good at that. I'm not that good with hair in general, but shorter hair I don't have really good always working techniques. The good thing with the mechanical pencil is that you can always it's always sharp, so you can always draw that single strands of hair. And the trick with hair in general is, so I don't know the master trick with hair because my hair never really looks that good. I have a couple of portraits where the hair is not an issue, but I wouldn't go further than that statement. So, but one of the things that helps is, I cannot say the trick with hair, but one of the things that helps definitely is just layering. And not just with one strength of drawing. Pressure you put on there, not just one gray, but with different pressure. And then having a couple, even if it is lighter hair, a couple darker strands in there. And that all in all can get pretty okay results. You know, this is just all one color yet. So if I put in some darker already, you know, here, as you can see, that already makes it look a lot more realistic, and there will even more layers on top with darker hair and other pencil, and then in the end it will look okay. Short hair is more difficult, right, Mo? Right? Cheating, you mean you can long hair make pretty by cheating? I always cheat. No, I wish I wouldn't know more cheats in drawing. There are probably hundreds of YouTube videos out there with cheats for drawing. I've seen a video of somebody pretend to draw, and then they take a picture, portrait photo, and just put some Photoshop filters over it, and then say, "Ah, now I can pretend that you can draw." It doesn't really look like he thinks. I think he has found the master key to make photographs look like drawing, but perhaps because I know a little bit about it, but that does not look like a drawing. People do everything for clicks these days, don't they? Your Buffy hair was great. You think? That's nice of you saying that. It worked, I think, right? With that white, it somehow it had a balance. It worked. I also did not like the hair was the weak point in the Harley picture. I really like the Harley picture, but the hair was the weak point. It wasn't as bad that it destroyed the whole Harley picture. And on the left side of her face, that hair actually works also pretty well, but it's also colored. It perhaps would not work so well if it was not colored, you know. That's all you can do with short hair. Layer, 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 yes. Where did my English go in that sentence? Where did your English go? Your buffy hair was great. It is understandable. The white made it look shiny and healthy. So I'm starting very light with this hair here. This is... I kinda am surprisingly patient with this. Also with the beard. This does not really look like much progress because it is not really much progress. But the portrait might benefit from me being a little bit more patient here, but this will take a longer time than we will have on the stream. You know. And also something I already noticed when I selected this picture, the hair here, it looks like a little bit like felt. Can you say it like that? It does not look like single strands. It looks very pelty. So I have no idea how to really draw that because it is... I probably will lie a little bit and make it look straighter than it is. But it is kind of a rat's nest. I think this picture is not very... I think this is quite... That's also why he looks so old, probably. It is not very Photoshop. This is a quite... and also not a lot of makeup. This is a quite honest picture. I think that is actually what drove me to select this in the first place. It is kind of an honest picture. So that was only the first layer actually. So this might take a while. Second layer, but I don't get it darker than this, you know. And I should not draw too many hairs like this because it gets very shiny also. This pencil, the mechanical pencil, when I press, gets very silvery, not very blackish, very silvery. And that might hurt the overall effect. Buffy would approve of the shiny hair, yeah. Ooh, shiny. So I have the community features now. I don't know if anybody of you has already seen my first community post. I just posted it not too long ago today. The 1000 mark. I kind of felt like I needed to post that first. And I kind of expected a lot of people to unsub when I posted that, because it's kind of the only way to really show people you that have subbed to you but already forgotten that they have subbed to you any kind of content. So I kind of thought, ooh, if people see that, they will remember and then say, okay, I haven't watched the video in ages, so I will unsub, but they haven't yet. So that's good news, right? But I was thinking, what I was actually thinking about, I think we might use the voting feature in that community directly on YouTube for voting for the portrait for the Buffy Club starting the second season. So, you know, I think we might get more votes that way if we move that from Discord over, so that we propose on Discord, but then I make that into a vote for a day or two on YouTube. I'm too lazy for that. I think that would be a good thing, because yes, as I said, I hope that the community feature of YouTube will help to remind people that they are even subbed to you, because honestly, if you look at my views, my videos, I seldomly cross the hundreds these days for a video, but I have a whole lot of subs, so they do not really watch. And it's not even, I don't think they just sub and then they ignore my video content. I really think that for most of them, YouTube does not present the content to them, because its sub isn't the same thing that it was back in the day. So just because you subbed doesn't mean YouTube shows them the video. They have to already have watched a couple of videos. Then YouTube then says, okay, I show you another video and another video. And with a community feature, it's kind of the only way to really get in contact with the viewers that are still subbed to you but haven't seen a video in a while. Just to really remind them and hope. And you then hope, of course, that they come back and they watch another video. So we'll see if that hope turns out to be having a ground in reality. Time to go now. You're doing great. Thank you very much and good night, Ramley. Thank you so much for dropping by and spending time with me. I really appreciate it. And I think it makes kind of sense to get the Buffy content out there into the community, to also try to motivate more people. Although I'm not sure that anybody really will vote. I'm not sure that will. Probably I will do a test balloon of that probably. And you can also access that not only via your phone, or you don't have to wait for that community post to appear on your phone or something. You can also just directly go to the community tab in YouTube in the browser. So it's not that difficult to access that poll then. So I was really patient, but this still looks like not good. I only find right now ways to say that which are not really PG-13. Well, they are PG-13, I think, but you know what I mean. So I'm not happy with my hair. I still have to watch a couple of tutorials for shorter hair and go for it. practice, practice, practice. I don't like. It's really not that. It's not my best. It's by far not my best. And I don't think that it is really salvageable to a degree that I would be happy with it. I might invest some time on the weekend to try and get this to better fit my expectations of what I want to provide. You know, it's often just a couple of things that make it directly look better. This already, the little small things that I have just freestyled on here right now, they already I think they help already a little bit. Or just giving that a little bit more darkness, a little bit of contrast here. Do we have light reflections? We don't have any light reflections in there because it is ambient light, just sunlight, no artificial light. So not even something we could just invent it and just lie. I don't feel like it, at least not right now. Perhaps we will just put some light points in there. There is not looking bad. Just go back and do shorter strokes over then see where to go from there. Yeah, I will, but I don't think today anymore. I think I need a break from this. A little bit, I put just a little bit of, you know, I always like to do a couple of areas with a little bit more pressure just to show that it is not just an homogeneous mess of hair, just a couple of irregularities in there, because hair is not something regular in terms of color and shadow, especially such short hair. There are areas which are darker, which are lighter. I will put in some of those irregularities right now still, but then I need a break from this mess. I might also just like it more when I look at it tomorrow with fresh eyes. That also happens sometimes, that I say, oh, this is terrible, and then next day I look at it and say, it's not that bad, just a couple things here and there, and it all gets rounded out a little bit. Also where the hair meets the forehead, also I have to reflect on that. Because at least the shadow and the darkness going out from the forehead has to be a bit more connected, if you know what I mean. I think the whole hairline has to go a lot further down. Also already better, but perhaps a little bit further down still. The mouth is still not nearly as wide as it should be. And that also has implications on the lower lip again. So there is a lot of stuff that we have to do. And right now I'm leaving it in an open state that I really don't like to leave it normally. If I just open up all those areas. Yeah, but those are already things that are important. You know, but okay, let's. Sumit, thank you very much. Geisha, hey, hello. Thank you very much for dropping by. We are, though, now about almost closing the stream. Thank you very much for dropping by, though. And I hope you like the picture. I'm not very happy with the picture. I am frank. Let me be frank. Not the name Frank, though. I'm just putting some. It's not nearly finished, but I'm putting some closing touches on there now to make it a bit more cohesive, all in all. So, but that is it, I think. Just so that we have a bit more of that context. I don't like it. I don't like it. Sharon Carter. Who is Sharon Carter, I have to ask. I don't know what changing your name is going to do here. I sense that there was a joke. Ah, Frank. It's the Frank thing, right? Yeah. I think when I'm Frank, it all goes better. know, something's really annoying here. I don't know who Sharon Carter is, I have to say. I'm normally concentrating on superheroes and superhero characters. If it is Agent Carter, but I don't think she's named Sharon, then there would be a chance. I don't know Sharon Carter. The blonde girl. Oh, the blonde girl from Civil War. You see, that's how deep she is in my... Can I do Sharon Carter next? You know, I haven't drawn a woman for a while. I'm not sure it will be the next. We will be streaming the day after tomorrow, and that will be a Buffy-centric stream anyway, so definitely not there. I will actually, let me see if I find a good picture of her, and even if it's not next week, I will definitely put her on the list, because I think she has a very interesting face. I have to say I'm a bit unhappy how they kind of shafted her in the storyline later and just let Captain America go back in time and have his relationship with Peggy, and they just ignored her. And I think they even said now in Falcon and the Winter Soldier in the series, they said that she got quite the trouble because of what she has done for Captain America and the Falcon in Civil War. And they just left it like at that. So I might consider actually drawing her. I think it's not a bad idea. Thank you very much for that suggestion, Geisha. She kissed the cap. Yeah, I'd rather have Peggy. She's so much cooler. She has a bigger role also. And I think Peggy would also be an interesting and nice picture. As I said, I cannot promise anything, but I will look if I find a cool picture of her that I'd like to draw. That's not always that easy, because it has to have a certain quality and resolution, so it is enough information in there for a portrait. But I will look out. Thank you very much for the suggestion. And Peggy is also quite cool, so I might also draw Peggy. No, I don't know in which sequence though. So, okay, but I will take a step back. I'm not happy with this. I'm not exactly sure what I have to do to fix it. I hope I will have a better idea when I have rested my eyes for a little bit and come back with fresh look on things. But that is all we will do today on stream. Thank you so much for dropping by and making this stream again a pleasure to work at, and having fun conversations with you guys. I very much appreciate your time that you take out of your day to join me here in stream. It's a great thing, and I'm very thankful. Thank you very much. And yeah, I hope I will see you in one of the next streams. The next one is the day after tomorrow. We don't know yet who will be drawn from Buffy. Episodes 9 and 10 of the first season. We vote on our Discord who will be the person that I will be drawing. And yeah, that will be the one that you will see on Friday. You're very much invited to join on the Discord, the Buffy Club, but also, of course, the stream the day after tomorrow, same time. Thank you very much, and see you soon. Goodbye.